Angela from 90 Fiance is divorcing Michael. Well, so she says. Guys, you will not believe this. We got to see a 90 Fiance sneak peek, and holy crap, things went crazy south for Angela and Michael, because apparently after Angela had her weight loss procedure, Michael, we already know, he didn't want her to have it, but she still did. She spent a bunch of money, spent, a ton of money. Anyway, Michael was not happy, and apparently it just kept getting worse and worse and worse for Angela and Michael. And in this sneak peek episode, we actually got to see Angela talk to Michael. She went off on him, and she finally just told him, said, listen, I would be happier without you. This is it. This is my last straw. Me and you, Michael, it is over. And Michael just said, okay, I'm not even going to try and fight for this. And that was that. She turned off her phone. We got to see in the next episode that she actually meets with her lawyer, Lou, that same guy, Lou, and she says, I'm gonna file. I guess he's gonna be like the immigration lawyer and her divorce lawyer, because she was like, I need to file for a divorce. Me and Michael, it's over. It's done. That is it. And apparently Angela and Michael, at least on 90 Fiance during these episodes, are like done. It's over. They're going to get a divorce. I have no idea in present day if she went through. The thing I'm going to say is there's no signs of Michael being in America whatsoever. She's lost a ton of weight. Angela looks amazing. I would not be shocked, you guys, if she did actually get a divorce. Like, I have a pretty big hunch. I don't know why. I just feel like because now that she's lost all this weight, she looks great. She's living a different life. She's practically a huge celebrity. She's constantly in LA. I mean, comment below what you guys think, but my gut is telling me that Angela and Michael actually went through and got the divorce, and Michael even said it too. He was trying to sweet talk her, but let's first backpedal. I want to talk about the whole situation. What really went down was Angela, like I said at the beginning of the video, she had her weight loss procedure. Then we got to see her like 8 weeks after she had the procedure. So when she had it, Michael wasn't happy. He wasn't really talking to her. He was kind of ignoring her, kind of. I don't know what that word actually means though, ignoring her. Does it mean like, he talks to her once a week, or does he talk to her instead of like, it's like, what is that? How often are they talking? Because they were talking, 2-3 times a day. So now is it like they're talking once a day or once every other day, or have they not talked in like months and months and months? But we fast forward 8 weeks, and Angela was like, I haven't heard a word from Michael, but it's like, what does that mean? Because they're still talking. So I think they're just talking now less, and Michael was being very vague. He wasn't answering his phone. She ended up meeting up with this like IT guy to try and get, him to like hack his, it made no sense. It was, the IT guy was just like, what? Because Angela was like, will you hack Michael's phone? And the guy just said, absolutely not. Real weird, and I will also say really hilarious, because this IT guy was just like, what is going on? Angela ended up, what she wanted was she wanted Michael's location, which I don't know what good that would do. She wanted Michael's location from his WhatsApp phone, and then the IT guy just said, listen, you have to have Michael give you permission. So she went to call him to ask for permission. They got into a blowout huge fight in the IT store in front of the IT guy, and the IT guy just sat there like he had no idea what to do. I'm telling you guys, it was the realest thing we have seen on 90 Fiance in a long time, and it was freaking hilarious. So that happened. Then Angela talked to Michael again. Michael tried to kind of backpedal and apologize, and he was calling her my dear and all this stuff, and Angela wasn't having it. She was emotional. She was going crazy, and I don't have a comment. I thought Angela was being a little bit too loud and rude, to be honest, but I don't know what Michael's doing. If Michael was completely flat out ignoring her for days and days and days and days, then Angela can kind of talk. But if they went from talking like 3 times a day to like once a day, then it's kind of like, well, Angela, it's not that big of a deal. But she claims she got married to have a support system, and her support, Michael, isn't there for her. So we're gonna have to see. But she did tell him, I'm done, this marriage is over. And like, she said it in a way where it was like, she's not messing around. And I know we all know Angela's being the loud and the crazy and kind of just the liar and just anything kind of a person, but the way she was talking to Michael, and because of the weight loss, and because of how amazing she's looking now, and because of her being practically a celebrity, I can kind of just see her, going off to LA or something, meeting a different man and just starting new. I have no idea. And the other thing too is, he's not in America. That's probably the hardest part for her. She wants someone that's actually here in America, and Michael isn't. So we're gonna have to wait and see. I have no idea what's going on in present day with Michael and Angela. It is not looking good. And for the rest of that sneak peek episode, we actually got to see like a ton of stuff. Okay, I already talked about Yara and Joe. You don't already know Yara. She ended up getting corona, which was sad. It was kind of, I don't want to use the word karma, but not that she got that, but because what actually happened was Joey left for work, and then she, like, I stayed with Joey's mom, Gwen, because they had some really bad weather in Louisiana. Then after the weather passed, she wanted to go back to her apartment, obviously without Joey because Joey's gone for work. But Gwen, Joey's mom, was kind of a little nervous and kind of just trying to keep a friendly eye on her. I thought it was nice, and so did Yara. But Yara was like, I want my own space, I want to do my own thing. So she left, and about 2 days later, she got, sick, and then she tested positive. So she ended up just going right back to Gwen's house, and it was kind of like, I did not think it was funny. I do not wish anything, to her or anyone, but I just kind of thought it was a little bit kind of like, you know what, Yara, maybe you shouldn't take, your family for granted, because it sounds like Gwen, when Yara was sick, she watched the baby, she was helping out. So I get why Yara wants her own space, but I kind of also, I don't want to use the word karma by any means. I'm kind of like, you know what, Yara, you should be more thankful, because she could have a mother-in-law like Betty or like Debbie or like someone crazy. Gwen, she's nice, sweet, kind of funny, has a good personality. I have nothing but good things to say about Joey's mom, Gwen, besides the fact that she might have babied Joey a little bit too much. But either way, that went down with them. We got to see Kalani and Asuelo, and oh my God, I love this show so much. We finally got to see them. Like, I literally almost cried when I saw this. What happened was they were at this romantic getaway vacation. It didn't start off great. Then they had a conversation by a bonfire, and they really kind of actually made some progress with their relationship. Then, if you don't remember, Kalani ended up meeting up with a divorce lawyer behind Asuelu's back, and she ended up telling him, hey, this is the deal. I have a secret. The secret is I met with a divorce lawyer, and Asuelu broke down into tears. He didn't know what to say. He ran off, but he ran off in a really mature way, surprisingly. He just said, I'm upset. I need to kind of, work out my frustrations, my feelings. So he ran off for a few minutes. He came back. Kalani started hysterically crying. Asuelu was crying. It was like probably, honestly, one of the best scenes I have ever seen with those two ever on 90 Day Fiance, and literally as I say it, I'm like getting emotional. It was just like, it was really sweet, because I feel like Kalani always acts like she doesn't care if Asuelu's here or there, if he's here or gone, whatever. That's the vibe she always gives me. But it was like, we finally got to see, you know what, Kalani, you do love Asuelu. You care about Asuelu, and Asuelu, you know what? You do care and love Kalani. So Asuelu claimed he didn't realize that she wanted to get a divorce that bad, and he was just thrown off in shock. But Kalani was like, listen, I meant it. I wasn't just saying words. I really was considering it, and I wanted to get some more info. So by the end of it, they talked out their differences. It was sweet. I was nearly in tears, and yeah, it was just kind of cute, and I'm just happy for those two. I will say though that his family is freaking crazy, because we got to see it in the upcoming episodes. I don't know when this is going to happen, but it looks like they do like a Christmas party with Asuelu's family. I don't know why. Yes, the same one that was like going off on Kalani, yeah, they were all there. Of course, what do you think happens? Kalani and his mom and his sister go absolutely insane, crazy. I don't know why they got together. Their families just don't really mesh, and it's kind of unfortunate. I like Kalani's mom and dad, though. I think they're cool and nice and normal, but Asuelu's parents, or mom and sister, yeah, they're not so much. But anyway, y'all, that happened. We got to see Tiffany and Ronald. Oh my God, the two kids go to South Africa, and you know what? Same thing. It was cute, sweet, happy. It was kind of just amazing. I'm going to tell you guys one thing and one thing only, and I hope to God this kid can just keep going in the right direction. Tiffany's son, Daniel, is literally probably the most mature, nicest, sweetest, just genuine kid to ever be on any TV show ever. I'm just like humbled by this guy. That's probably not the right word. Okay, I'm impressed by him. He is just like the nicest. He's just so grateful. That's the word I want to use, grateful. They did this whole flight to South Africa. That was probably complete torture, because, they got the baby and this, and it's long and everything. They get to South Africa. This Daniel kid was in tears when he saw Ronald, who he calls his dad. It's not really, but technically it's his dad. He was in tears when he saw Ronald's parents, and it was just the sweetest thing ever. Then they go over to Ronald's apartment, and he literally built the guy 2 walls and made him his own room, which was really nice of Ronald, because Daniel didn't have his own space. So he literally put up walls and built the guy a room. It was by no means done, but it was getting there. And Daniel, same thing, was just about in tears. He was so happy and appreciated it. And I was just like, geez, Jeez, this guy is nice. So I don't know who we got to give credit to. Maybe Tiffany, probably Tiffany. Honestly, for sure Tiffany, because Tiffany raised the guy, and man, he's a good kid. So yeah, I hope to God he stays that way. And he just is like so happy, so sweet. Tiffany and Ronald, they are off to a good start, but I don't think it's going to last very long because we got to see them in a sneak peek clip. It was like 2 days later, and Ronald was saying that he didn't want to change their baby Carly's diapers and this and that, and you know, that's why he has a wife. And I was kind of like, you know what? I'm all for, hey, man, woman, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, you know, the man should change diapers. The man should cook. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's a 50-50 split. And so she should not have to do everything with the baby or anything. And I thought that was kind of a low blow and not cool by Ronald. So that was when I was kind of like, ooh, that was not a good thing to say, Ronald. And it might be his culture, I don't know, but still not really cool. So Tiffany got upset and she literally said, I've been here for 2 days and I already want to leave. And the last people we got to see, because we didn't get to see Brandon and Julia. Brandon and Julia, we got to see a sneak clip of them, and believe it or not, they actually moved out. Okay, so more on that in the next episode, but we got to see Andre and Elizabeth and her entire family, and I'm just going to say a couple things real quick. They did rent an RV. If you are wondering, Charlie and his wife are flying. They will not be on this RV, thank God. But yeah, all, you know, Libby's other sisters, they're gonna be there. They are there. Guess who's driving the huge, gigantic RV though? Not anyone else, but Andre, because Andre has this specific commercial driver's license, which you need to drive one of these, you know, things. And so that was the first thing I noticed, and I was like, you know what? That's pretty nice of that guy, because driving those things suck. You have to pay attention to the road. It's serious. It can be very scary and dangerous. And so they were driving. Of course, what do you think was happening? Everyone was complaining to Andre, and they were complaining about how small it is and this and that. And it's like, complain to your dad. Your dad bought your dad's renting the thing. So don't complain to him, complain to your freaking dad who paid for the thing. But anyway, they kept kind of voicing their comments at Andre, like, you have it easy, and I'm gonna tell you one thing. I would love to see literally anyone else in that bus drive it, because those things, I can tell you from firsthand, are hard to drive. So we have to give Andre some credit for that, because that is not easy by any means. But they were fighting, and then, you know, Andre and Libby's sisters, that's basically all it was. They were going back and forth. They were fighting and screaming at him about him trying to swindle the dad out of money and real estate deals, because Andre was talking about real estate. I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't know. That's all I gotta say. I don't know. I don't know if any of it's true. Chuck was talking about his real estate deals and how they just did one that they're gonna sell and they're gonna gross 100 grand. So basically said that they're going to take in $100,000, and after they profit and, you know, they pay all their costs and whatnot, they'll make 50. They'll net 50 grand. Is it true? Is it not? It definitely could be true. I mean, I don't know. I know one thing right now, real estate is harder than heck to buy. I can tell you from firsthand experience, it's impossible to buy. If you are not reaching out and doing kind of advertising and trying to buy houses, it's very difficult to buy. So for Chuck to say, we just bought this house, that house, you know, maybe that's true, but I can tell you right now, prices are, you know, very, very, very slim, very competitive. It's very difficult to buy houses right now. It could be though, but it seems like kind of a long shot. But anyway, they were mad about that. They were mad at Andre, this, that, and the other. Then we finally got to see the preview that we have all been waiting for, because we got to see Andre and Charlie go head to head, and it looks like what happens is they start fighting. I think they kind of go at it for like a couple seconds, and I believe the security or someone, the camera crew or someone on set actually pulls them off, and then the fight ends. Now, we did get to see that actually Chuck, Elizabeth's dad, is bawling after that fight happens, which is kind of sad, kind of also kind of, I hate to use the word funny, but it is kind of funny. Anyway, though, yeah, the fight, it looks pretty good. I'm hoping it's not like 2 seconds long, though, but it looked like it was gonna be pretty good. Yeah, I'm hoping, definitely crossing my fingers. Well, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Please stay tuned for many, many, many more. Hit that like button, and hey, you already know, amazing things are happening.